What's up, guys, and welcome to Rebel Squad. If you're new here, hi, hello, bonjour, my name is Bress, and I enjoy making gaming videos. For today's video, I'll be going over an upcoming game called Bulletville. Many of you watching don't know what this game is, but don't click off just yet. This game is really promising, especially if you love games like Overwatch, Apex Legends, Fortnite, and Rogue Company. From what I know, the game started development sometime around 2017, and it's been a work in progress for all these years, but it's so close to release now, and I feel you guys should know of it, and maybe give it a try. It's an action shooter, and not just a generic shooter. It has heroes who have their own backstory and abilities, kinda like Apex and Overwatch. It's also in third person, so if you like Fortnite but just feel burnt out from playing it, or you're just unsatisfied with the clumsy storytelling of the game, I highly recommend that you give Bulletville a try, because like I said, the characters are unique and well developed with some awesome voice acting and stuff. Take for example my favorite character so far, Orion. She's a runaway child of the universe's richest man, and her father literally owned the planet beneath her feet, and Orion felt there was no way to escape her life, so she found an underground league of superviolent squads from planets across the universe, the New Montana Murder Dogs, and she'd sneak out in the night to hang with them. So her father bought her team, shut it down, and dismembered all of the players, so Orion ran away, and now she's seeking revenge on her dad. I feel like the lore has lots of potential to be amazing, like some of the top games out there. Now, some of you may be wondering how I found this game. Well, the most recent legend who will be released in Apex Season 8, Fuse, has had a little controversy, and Noah, the indie dev studio behind Bulletville, alleges that Respawn plagiarized him from them when they went to playtest the game on EA as they were looking for a launcher. There's actually a character called Hunter who's shockingly similar to Fuse. I mean, both of them have a cool mustache, both of them have an awesome eye patch, both have a robotic arm, and both of them also have an explosive kit. And the big problem with this is that when the game comes out, some people will say that the game is a knockoff of Apex, which will be bad for the game, considering that they are new and young studio and have a smaller legal team than Respawn Studios, who are backed by EA. And by now, I think it's common knowledge and everyone knows that EA has more money than God at this point. They can literally get away with anything. But on the bright side, this is a blessing in disguise, because some people like me got to know the game through that issue. It's all over the most popular news websites like Forbes, PC Invasion, and Game Rant, so in a way it's actually free marketing, so cheers to the devs. As for the platform, Bulletville is currently planned for release on PC, Mac, PS5, Xbox Series X, Nintendo Switch, and mobile, both iOS and Android. I assume they might consider adding the PS4 and Xbox One versions later, and if you remember the Cyberpunk situation, it's much better to hold off the PS4 and Xbox One version of the game till later than to release them in a severely unpolished and buggy state, then face lawsuits and backlash from the gaming community. CD Projekt Red should really take some notes from these devs. I'm joking. But on the bright side, the game is already set to release on Switch and mobile, and crossplay is a feature that I bet will have on release. Let's not talk about Apex. The game has been out for almost 2 years and we still don't have the Switch or mobile versions of the game. Cross progression still isn't a thing, and it took them 2 years to bring crossplay. No offense to any of you that love Apex. I also love Apex, but I just think it's a big letdown. I've only played like 166 hours of Apex this season, and if you think that's a lot, keep in mind that the season runs for about 90 days, so if you play an average of 2 hours a day, you'll have 180 hours, which is a lot more than my playtime, and it just isn't that enjoyable. It just isn't as enjoyable as it was back in the day. Let's move on to the next thing. You might be wondering, is it a fun game? Well, the movement is satisfying. I haven't quite mastered the game yet, and it's still in alpha, so a lot of things need to be worked on and polished. But what's cool is that every hero has a grapple that you can use to grapple for escapes and generally just fast movement, so it's really nice. As I've already said 20,000 times before, there's also no fall damage, so if you love Apex, you might love this. Wall running is also a feature that's in the game, and Titanfall fans might be pleased to hear about that. We've asked the Apex devs to give us wall running for so long, and they've always been consistent with their answer. They've always told us no. So, is Bulletville worth it? I'd say it's 100% worth it, because it's absolutely free. It costs you $0 to try the game out. I'm betting they'll monetize the game through cosmetics and a battle pass. The layout of the battle pass is in the game, and I can say that it's confirmed to come. I'll link you the site where you can sign up for the beta when the beta version releases. The game is currently in alpha, and only PC players can try out the alpha version and report on bug fixes and performance issues, but the beta is set to come out in a few months. So if you're a PC gamer, I'll post the beta links in the description, and you can download the game and try try it out. And if you want, you can also join the community Discord and meet new players and report on bugs to help with the development of the game. If you like games like Borderlands, Fortnite, Apex and Sunset Overdrive, I'm almost certain that you might love this game. And as for the release date, we actually don't know, but the game will be out in a few months, so sign up for the beta on the link in the description and you can get to be one of the first people to play the game. I've not really played the game that much, and I know the game is only in its alpha form, as you can see in the right hand corner. And in the alpha there are only like 2 major issues with the game that I can tell. One is that the graphics are too choppy, they look too cartoony, which I think is an optimization issue, and the second one is the game is incompatible with GeForce Experience, so I have to record the whole desktop while playing the game. Both of these issues are simple to solve, and I believe that the game will be better by release. Oh, and one last thing, I almost forgot to mention this, is that with the alpha build of the game, you'll also have to re-download the game with every patch that they ship, but it's very compressed, it's only 7 gigs, so yeah. My final verdict is that Bulletville has a lot of potential to be revolutionary, and I'm not saying this like one of those kids that just jump on a hype train of any new game that comes and start calling it a Fortnite killer. I genuinely think this game might be huge, and there's really no reason not to try it. So go to the links in the description to try out the alpha build or sign up for the beta. And before I forget again, please forgive me. My memory is full of engineering equations and I can't even organize my thoughts. But you can actually play the game with some devs if you join the alpha, so hurry and get it. And that was it for today. Let me know what you think of this video on Bulletville. Will you give Bulletville a try? Let's have a discussion down in the comments. I love you guys so much, and please stay subbed, and if you're not already subbed, please do. It helps me out so much, and leave a like on the video for more content like this. I might do some guides for all the heroes as soon as I learn them, so expect more and wish me luck in my exams. I really need it, and I wish you all have a lovely day. Ciao.
My ultimate is not ready.
One enemy remaining. 30 seconds left.
Your duty is not over.
Last player standing.
Your tactics failed.
GG, nice catch.
Here, end response. Barrier created. Your duty is not over. You should run. Return to dust.
One enemy remaining.
You will not kill my allies.
One enemy remaining.
Okay, we know the drill.
वो उसको रैप
Stick
भी
to
दे
your
दिया
roles
था
and we'll crush it.